Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we have some sad and unfortunate news. Now, I guess we could say that Arizona is under the dictatorship and dangers of Katie Hobbs. Hopefully, that will be reversed soon uh, uh, because of the mere fact that people can be punished for fitting themselves, and corrupt corrupt judges and stuff like that who refuse to post a bail despite some man's pleas that his wife is alone. And what I mean by this is that rancher 73 is charged with murder on his Arizona land after shooting dead Mexican 48 who had history of illegal crossings into the U.S. and multiple deportations. Judge refuses to reduce $1 million bail despite plea his wife is alone. An Arizona rancher has been charged with first-degree murder and had his bail set at a whopping $1 million for fatally shooting a Mexican citizen on his property. George Allen Kelly, 73, was arrested following the January 30th fatal shooting of Gabriel Cuen Botemia, 48, on his ranch in Keno Springs, just a mile and a half north of the Mexico border, the U.S.-Mexico border. Authorities are still investigating the fatal shooting, with the Santa Cruz County Sheriff's deputy saying it does not appear that Kelly knew Cuen ahead of the shooting. But a friend of Kelly's told Cold he has had issues with people on his property in the past, though he believes Kelly acted in the best faith. Kelly, meanwhile, has had a history of illegally crossing the Mexico border, according to federal court records, and was deported back to his home county multiple times, most recently in 2016. And just hours before the fatal shooting, Douglas International reports U.S. Border Patrol agents informed the county sheriff's department of a possible active shooter at the scene, with a man identifying himself as Allen saying he was not sure if he was getting shot himself. Santa Cruz County Sheriff's officials have said they discovered Cuen Botem's body just about 100 to 150 yards from Kelly's home on January 30th. The victim appeared to have suffered from one gunshot wound. The Nogales, Mexico resident's identity was later confirmed because of a Mexican voter registration card he carried. Officials say they are still trying to clarify the circumstances surrounding the shooting and establish a motive, with Chief Deputy Gerardo Caselli saying, "It doesn't seem like Mr. Kelly and the victim knew each other, but under Arizona law, deadly force is allowed on one's own property if the program member believes it immediately necessary to prevent trespassing. Several other statutes, known as the Stand Your Ground laws, also defend the use of physical or deadly force when a homeowner fears a threat and believes force is necessary." Kelly's neighbor Maria Costello has said the migrants who cross the border are often seen coming and going around the area. Federal court records show Cuen Botemia has had a history of illegal border crossings and deportation and around Nogales, with the most recent documented case in 2016. Costello would not comment on Cuen Botemia's immigration status, saying it has not yet been confirmed. Going on to say, so according to the Sheriff's Dispatch report obtained by Nogales International, the office first received a call at around 2:40 p.m. on January 30th from U.S. Border Patrol agents, relaying information about a possible active shooter in the area of Sagebrush Road. The Border Patrol agents had apparently received a report from someone at the scene who mentioned a group of people running and said he was unsure if he was getting shot as well. The entry identified the person as Allen. Costello said the Sheriff's Department responded to the call but did not find anything. Just a few hours later, though, at 5:50 p.m., sheriff's deputies received another report of shots fired at the property. By 6:42, they recovered Botem's body. Authorities have said that there was no weapon on the victim at the time, and the investigators had collected two assault rifles from Kelly's property in the aftermath to determine whether either were used in the shooting. At his last court hearing, Kelly asked the judge about getting his bail reduced, citing his life living at the ranch. She's there by herself, nobody to take care of her, the livestock or the ranch, he said, according to Nogales International. And I'm not going anywhere. I can't come up with $1 million, he said, before asking the judge to consider reducing it to any degree. The judge replied that his attorney would be able to request a reduction of bond, though it is unclear whether that request was made. Local attorney Brandon Larkin, who was appointed by the court to represent Kelly, did not immediately return a call seeking a comment on the charge against him. DailyMail.com has also reached out to Kelly's family members for comment. The Kellys had previously sued to prevent a golf station from being built in Keno Springs, or court documents show, seeking damages to $2 million. It is unclear what happened in that case. Kelly is now being held at the Santa Cruz County Jail and is set to return to court on Wednesday. He has identified himself in court as a rancher, but also appears to dabble in self-published fiction about ranch life in the border region. One of his books, available as an ebook on Amazon, is titled "Far Beyond the Border Fence" and is described as bringing the Mexican border drug conflict into the 21st century. The protagonists of the story are a couple whose first names match Kelly's and his wife Wanda's, with a child bearing his son's name. The 57-page work revolves around the couple living in southern Arizona at the Villamar Ranch. Kelly and his wife's real-life ranch is called Vermilion Mountain Ranch. It describes how the character George and his foreman had to patrol the ranch daily, or are armed with AK-47s. Well, let me put my perspective on this as we have it with the Arizona Stand Your Ground laws. Under Arizona's law, a person is justified in threatening or using physical force against another when and to the extent a reasonable person would believe that physical force is immediately necessary to protect himself against the other's use or attempted use of unlawful physical force. It could be used as a defense when homeowners attack or potentially even kill someone to stop certain crimes like murder, rape, or armed robbery. The stand your ground laws are not permitted as defense, however, when the RO is only a verbal provocation or the homeowner is who's claiming self-defense provoked the attack. By using the stand your ground set by the stand your ground laws as a defense, prosecutors have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the defendant was not justified in using deadly force in self-defense. Alright. So, I can't say whether or not this was justified or not. And the reason why I say that is because we don't know what really happened. For what we all know is that the guy did not seem to have a weapon from what the report has said, and we don't know the full story. So obviously this is something that we have to keep up on this man, because obviously we don't know all the details. But let me put this into a picture of somebody that has seen or probably dealt with a lot of these people before. And I think it's more along the lines of the mere fact that these are illegals and they seem to be doing a lot of... It's scary to be living on that border. And they're living on a ranch. And the thing is that Katie Hobbs is not really doing anything in particular to protect these people from the actual border. Neither is the Biden administration trying to do anything about this. So people have to take it to themselves to really defend themselves against stuff like this. And that's something that I personally just don't want to have to... I personally, in my honest opinion, want to have to deal with. Again, as well, guys, is that we have to put ourselves in the shoes of some random person walking in pretty much your backyard or in front of your house, and, probably assuming the worst out of the middle of nowhere. Now, obviously, if you're, in the city, or you're, in a cul-de-sac, or whatever, like I am, obviously people coming into your house or walking around your house is different, right? So, obviously, you wouldn't be able to, particularly shoot them, because obviously you have a lot of people there, so it seems normal that people are running around your neighborhood. However, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, or what have you, then it changes, right? Because when say for instance, when I was living on a farm, and you have random people come by, and majority of the time is the only people that would normally be coming to your farm are either your workers or you have family members that would be coming to your farm. Those are the people that you know. But when you have random people coming to your farm, or random people that you just don't know, you can only think of nefarious acts, or be wary onto why they're there, or why they're on your property. And these are things that you have to be wary of all the time. You're by yourself. Most of the time police are at least 10-15 minutes out at the very least to come and get you, and that is in 10 to 15 minutes, guys. That's a lot of time. That's not like so much stuff can happen in just 5 to 10 seconds, let alone 10 to 15 minutes. And at that point, you need the ability to protect yourself. So I can see from his point of view, yeah, you don't know what this guy is going to do, and you can't sit around and say, "Hey, let's wait and find out," because wait and find out normally gets you killed, and that's just the reality of things. So I want to say that I'm on this guy's side a little bit, just because I understand living on a farm myself, living in the middle of nowhere, on why you just cannot just go on the doubt of if they're going to harm you or not. So I have lived both lives, both being in the city and not, and I understand both. But in this case, yeah, it doesn't seem feel very confident. And again, we have to wait till more information comes out to see what is really going on, because they're obviously illegally crossing through the Mexico border. He's been detained the guy's been detained multiple times. So hopefully this guy gets, hopefully this guy gets let go, and he gets to go back be with his wife, because from what we're seeing here, it doesn't seem like it's safe. It doesn't seem like this is where you want to be. I mean, let's, for instance, look at this. Look at this right here. See this, guys? This is literally the middle of nowhere. Do you see any way where police could come and get you at any point in time? At a reasonable time? No! No! Of course you don't. Do you honestly think that police are going to come and get you at any reasonable rate? No. Of course not. It's beautiful, by the way. But still, that's the problem. You can't really be in this safe position here. Of course, the Mexican border is right there as well. So, yeah, we'll have to wait to see what more comes out, but at the end of the day, I hope this man does not have to go to jail for this, because unless he actively just shot this person just because, then you can't really do that. But at the end of the day, it's just not safe to have people wandering around your whole place where you just don't know who they are, because you don't know what people are going to do, and bad stuff can happen. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, as always. Take care.